No, on.
You were just, oh,
If
that's
we were going
working.
to play a video, what would what are you doing there?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
in 1979 when Maureen Kendall was appointed Public Works Commissioner by Mayor Tom Bradley, and in 1980 became the first woman to serve as president of the Board of Public Works. Her leadership opened doors for 8 more women who have since held that position, paving the way for future generations. In LA sanitation, leadership by women has been a powerful legacy. 3 of the 4 general managers since 1997 have been women: Judith Wilson, Rita Robinson, and Barbara Romero, who has served since 2021. Today, we continue to see historic progress. Mayor Karen Bass, throughout tirelessly to serve our city. They are the problem solvers, the change makers, and the leaders who keep our communities thriving every single day. Los Angeles has a rich history of women breaking barriers in public service. The breakthrough first came in 1979 when Maureen Kendall was appointed Public Works Commissioner by Mayor Tom Bradley, and in 1980 became the first woman to serve as president of the Board of Public Works. Her leadership opened doors for 8 more women who have since held that position, paving the way for future generations. In LA sanitation, leadership by women has been a powerful legacy. 3 of the 4 general managers since 1997 have been women: Judith Wilson, Rita Robinson, and Barbara Romero, who has served since 2021. Today, we continue to see historic progress. Mayor Karen Bass made history as the first woman elected to lead Los Angeles, and for the first time in the city's nearly 200
Oh, but
150-year history, women comprise more than half of the city council.
good morning. I'd like to do a sound check. Audit LA, can you hear us?
Yes, hi. Can you hear me? Wait.
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to speak on public comment and all agenda items, please.
Thank you.
Throughout history, women have shaped the foundation of our cities, building, leading, and innovating in ways that impact every street, every service.
Good morning, Miriam. Would you like to offer general public comment or multiple agenda item comment today?
General public comment, thank you.
Thank you. Mona M., would you like to offer general public comment or multiple agenda item comment today?
Good morning. General public comment, please.
Thank you. Lurker, would you like to offer general public comment or multiple agenda item comment today?
General public, please, and thank you.
Thank you. Henry M., would you like to offer general public comment or multiple agenda item comment today?
Yes, good morning. Please mark me down for general comment and agenda item comment.
I'm sorry, it was general public comment?
And agenda item comment.
Thank you. Gigi's phone, would you like to offer general public comment or multiple agenda item comment today?
General.
Thank you. Good morning, Commissioners and President Corsand. We're ready to get started whenever you are.
Great. Thank you, everyone. Welcome to the Board of Public Works meeting for Friday, March 28th. Ms. Matson, if you'd like to take roll and establish quorum for us, please.
Yes, good morning. I am Elise Matson, Executive Officer with the Board of Public Works, taking roll and establishing quorum. President Corsand, Vice President Chavez, President Pro Tem Grant, Commissioner Kang, and Commissioner Mitchell are all present, and we have a quorum. We're also joined by City Attorney Representative Adina Hopenstan. President Corsand, we have about 6 or 7 virtual public comments on the platform, and I've received no public comment cards for in-person comment.
Great. We will start with the general public comment for today's meeting. And just for everyone's awareness, we'll do public comment, then we'll do the agenda items, and then we'll close it out with the presentation. General public comment is an opportunity for the public to address the board on public interest items, and we provided up to 1 minute per person for a cumulative total of 10 minutes for the general public comment segment of each regular meeting. Testimony shall be limited in content to matters which are within the subject matter jurisdiction of the board. The board may not take any action on matters discussed during the public comment period. Ms. Matson, if you'd like to open up the virtual portion for us, please.
Yes, we'll start with you, Audit LA. You have 1 minute. You can go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. I want to talk a little bit about last meeting. There was some mathematical errors. Public comment is 10 minutes, and you only listened to 9 comments, 9 people speaking. And I know for a fact there were other people with their hand raised, so there was time for one more, to be honest. Though 10 minutes is not enough. When you look at police commission and city council, they give a 40-minute window, and so I would hope that you would adjust your time to a little bit more. I understand sometimes you don't want to hear from, the same people over and over again, possibly, and that's okay. But the public has the right to redress their grievances. It's our constitutional right. So I'm going to ask you to give an extra minute today because you failed to give that extra. You failed to give the whole time last time. So that's the cure and correct I am requesting today. And I do have other cure and corrects that are have been submitted, Ms. Happenstand. So I hope that this, that you guys are taking it seriously. We just want the proper government. Thank you.
Next up, we have Miriam. You have 1 minute. You can go ahead.
Hi. I'm calling again regarding the street vacation process that is currently running in LA regarding the L. Ron Hubbard Way. I really hope that you take our comments into consideration when evaluating this, because Scientology is a human trafficking cult, and they should not be given any more area where they can do their human trafficking operations in the city of LA. Basically, that's it for today. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have Mona M. Mona, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Thank you, commissioners. I appreciate the opportunity to talk. Welcome to all those that are having the presentation for Women History Month. Women rock, women get it done. Thank you very much for all that you do. I just wanted to remind you of the street vacation and how important that street is, that it is a major artery for the Children's Hospital and for Kaiser Hospital, and that we need to keep that open. Precious time for if there's an emergency and somebody needs to get to the hospital. So that street vacation process is really important to deny and to not even get into. So let's get ahead of it. Thank you for your time. I yield back my time.
Thank you. Next, we have Lurker. Lurker, you have 60 seconds, 1 minute. You can go ahead.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. I hope you pay attention to all that you do. These things matter. It is time to turn this around. This is insane. Insane. Look into the history of all the city boards voting directly against what the public asks for. Please, please, please. I love you all and keep on keeping on. It's gonna turn. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Enri M. Enri M., you have 1 minute. You can go ahead.
In the spirit of Women's History Month, I want to direct you to Scientology's views on women. June 21st on L. Ron Hubbard Way, Scientologist Lydia Rinaldi, a registered dentist, beat the ever-loving shit out of a woman on L. Ron Hubbard Way. Absolutely fucking punched the shit out of her on the face. He was arrested.
Henry.
He was arrested. He beat the shit out of her, and that's who Scientology is. That's what they care about. That's their views on women. He was arrested on June 21st, and they're trying to say that the protesters are violent. That's what Scientology does, beats the shit out of women.
Please keep
Lydia
your comments
Rinaldi,
under the jurisdiction of this body.
that's what they do, all right? This is non-agenda item, so don't interrupt me, all right? That's what Scientology does. Lydia Rinaldi beat the shit out of that woman, and he was arrested for it. How about that? On the same street they're saying people are violent on and trying to vacate. That's what Scientology does.
Thank you. That's time.
Before we go to the next speaker, I just want to remind everybody, even general public comment must be within the jurisdiction of the body, although it does not have to be on an agenda item. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have Gigi's phone. Gigi, you have 1 minute. You can go ahead.
Yes, so the street vacation that we keep referencing as we're calling in is for L. Ron Hubbard Way. The Scientologists are trying to close down that street and make it private and make it their own. They already accomplished this in Clearwater with a right-of-way vacation, and now they're trying to do that in Los Angeles. Me and countless others that are calling in are speaking out against it. And I have the suggestion that instead of closing that street, help the city out with parking and put metered parking all on L. Ron Hubbard Way. That would bring tons of money to the city, and have them pay their fines for the citations and all the violations that they have. Like, get your money from them. Don't ignore what they owe the city. Thank you. I yield my time.
Thank you. President Corson, we have one more hand raised. Shall I check if they'd like to make general public comment?
Yes.
Jill, would you like to make general public comment?
I'll make general public comment now. Don't tell us that, don't let the Scientology cult tell you that is a hate crime, that if you disallow them to close their street for a street vacation. Jewish people see hate crimes as swastikas, like nights like Kristallnacht, where they dragged the Jews out of their shops. That's not what we're doing when we protest. We are making awareness of the atrocities of what's going on inside that are very much Holocaust-like. Additionally, the Anti-Defamation League would tell you that they would not view it as a hate crime. I like to see Scientology call in a hate crime to the ADL. They'll say, you're doing the same things we don't want done to the Jews. So stop it and stop working with the evil cult. Bye.
President Corson, that's all the general public comment that we have for today. We have one caller online for multiple.
Great. With that, we'll close the general public comment portion for today's meeting and move on to the multiple agenda item public comment. There are only 2 items on today's agenda, so there will be up to 2 minutes for multiple agenda item public comment. The board will provide an opportunity for members of the public wishing to speak on more than one agenda item during multiple agenda item comment up to 1 minute per item per meeting. This is the only time to speak on more than one agenda item. Ms. Mattson?
Thank you, President Corson. Audit LA, you have 2 minutes. You can go ahead.
Thank you. Good morning again. But a point of clarification for Ms. Happenstan, if and when she interrupts my comment, is that you have to stop my time, and then and once I'm actually talking about my agenda item again, start my time again, because we end up losing a lot of time that way. Okay, for number one, I like this program, but I'm very concerned. It's very similar to what Scientology programs do, and I want to make sure that you do not allow any connection whatsoever, whether it's subcontracting or hiring workers, whatever, because Scientology has the same similar program to go into the jails, to go, to help, but it's all Scientology based. They lie and say it's secular because they have front groups, but it's not. And so it's very similar to this program, although this program is secular. And to me, from what I understand, it's an excellent program. But I don't want it getting mixed up in any way with Criminon, Narcanon, any of their other, the Way to Happiness, all these different front groups that are nothing but Scientology. As far as the street upgrades, what I am asking for is we already know, right? No street vacation. But I'm also asking that you do not allow any more of these permits because they are not following the rules that BSS has set up. You guys have set up the new rules. They are not abiding by it. And there's no investigation because I get it. We're $1 billion in the hole, so you're not going to send an investigator. I will volunteer myself to go investigate. You know, I'll do it as a volunteer. You don't have to pay me. And to make sure that, but if they're not abiding by the rules, if they are being charged criminally for what they've done, you know, against the city, why are you still giving them permits to close the street? They closed the street. They didn't even use the street. And Riviera, the chief Riviera, said he doesn't want that. So why are you still giving them street closures when their events are on their property? It's still happening. I have, you know, and I know for a fact. He said he even told Scientology.
Thank you, Audadele.
We've been doing that, huh? It's a street upgrade, but you better stop. My time is
That's
up.
time.
Stan.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
All right. With that, we'll close multiple agenda item public comment for today's meeting and move on to the agenda items. If there is a second to my motion to approve the minutes from Monday, March 17th.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Mattson. There is a first from myself and a quick second from Commissioner Mitchell.
We'll take the roll beginning with you, President Corsand.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner King.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell.
Aye.
All ayes and the minutes are adopted.
Thank you. Going on to the consent item. If there's no objection, if there is a second to my motion to approve this item.
I'll second.
Thank you. Ms. Mattson, there's a first from myself and a second from Commissioner King.
Thank you. We'll take the roll. President Corsand.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner King.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell.
Aye.
All ayes and the item is adopted and carries forthwith.
All right. That is the end of our voting items. We'll go to the oral report from the Bureau of Street Services, status update of major upcoming street improvement projects, and we have Jorge Garcia.
Good morning, President Corsand, Commissioners. My name is Jorge Garcia, Superintendent with Streets Renewal Division of Streets LA. And this information is being provided to the public informed on the upcoming resurfacing projects and to minimize the impact on the community as well as delays. For additional information or street concerns, you may contact our coordinating section for the Streets Renewal Division at 213-847-3200. Currently, there are no major streets scheduled in the Metro Valley resurfacing regions during the week of 3/30 through 4/5/2025. However, I would like to provide an update on the 24-25 pavement preservation program. During the week of March 30th through April 5th, 2025, the Metro and Valley regions will complete 0 projects, resulting in 0 lane miles. Now, the press releases were distributed and notifications have been issued. Streets LA has coordinated with the Council Office to assist with the outreach to stakeholders. We have coordinated with Los Angeles Department of Transportation for traffic control assistance. This information is also available on the Streets LA website using the streetsla.lacity.org using the resurfacing open projects icon. And that will conclude my report for this week.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia. Commissioners, any questions or comments on this item? All right, thank you. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. You as well. Thank you.
And we will move on to today's presentation for Women's History Month, and our Vice President, Jenny Chavez, will lead us in that presentation.
Thank you, President Corzan. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for the Board of Public Works celebration of Women's History Month. I am thrilled today to celebrate the women whose dedication and leadership helped shape the very foundation of the city of Los Angeles. This year, we're honoring women who've had a special role in the recovery As we know, times have been very challenging, but these women have risen to the occasion. The board and the bureaus of the Department of Public Works have each nominated a female employee for commendation. And this year we're doing it a little bit different. We have a special video presentation so you can hear directly from the women who are driving change in our city. Throughout history, women have shaped the foundation of our cities, building, leading, and innovating in ways that impact every street, every service, and every community. This Women's History Month, we are proud to honor the incredible women across the Department of Public Works who work tirelessly to serve our city. They are the problem solvers, the change makers, and the leaders who keep our communities thriving every single day. Los Angeles has a rich history of women breaking barriers in public service. The breakthrough first came in 1979 when Maureen Kendall was appointed Public Works Commissioner by Mayor Tom Bradley, and in 1980 became the first woman to serve as president of the Board of Public Works. Her leadership opened doors for 8 more women who have since held that position, paving the way for future generations. In LA sanitation, leadership by women has been a powerful legacy. 3 of the 4 general managers since 1997 have been women: Judith Wilson, Rita Robinson, and Barbara Romero, who has served since 2021. Today, we continue to see historic progress. Mayor Karen Bass made history as the first woman elected to lead Los Angeles. And for the first time in the city's nearly 250-year history, women comprise more than half of the city council. This isn't just symbolic change. It's transformative leadership that shapes our future and proves definitively that when women have seats at the table, our communities flourish. This moment calls us to do more than honor the past. We must celebrate the present and actively shape the future. The women we recognize today have shared what this acknowledgement truly means, both personally and for the broader movement of women in public service. They have reflected on the key factors driving their success, the mentors who guided them, and the lasting impact of their work. Their stories remind us all why representation isn't just important, it's essential.
I'm Devin Zatorsky, a Principal Project Coordinator at the Board of Public Works.
Hi, Melissa Savage, Bureau of Contract Administration, Senior Management Analyst.
Hi, my name is Ghazal. I'm a full civil engineer with Bureau of Engineering.
Hi, I'm Evelina Pena, Senior Street Lighting Engineer with the Bureau of Street Lighting.
My name is Nakia Robinson. I'm the Emergency Management Coordinator for the Bureau of Street Services.
We asked our honorees a few questions, starting with, how does it feel to be recognized?
When I found out that I was being honored, I was initially confused.
I was really excited.
Surprised.
It was very unexpected. I was shocked.
I was actually surprised.
Humbled and overwhelmed.
Filled with joy. It's because our Bureau has so many amazing women to have been selected is a great honor.
I didn't realize that I had been nominated for anything. Once I found out what it was for and that it was about, involvement in fire recovery and the work that we've been doing there, then I felt humbled. Probably be the best word.
There's so many amazing women I get to work with every day, and that's been a really awesome part of the job. So it just felt really special to be up for this nomination when there's so many great women I get to work with every day.
Very surprised, but also a little bit overwhelmed. I got emotional, just being appreciated. It felt pretty good.
But after that, honestly, I felt honored, humbled, grateful, excited, and this is a reminder that hard work, it don't go unnoticed here, and also it keeps me motivated for excellence.
Next, we asked them, what was the most significant factor that helped them be successful?
I think the most significant factor is that I love my job. I'm passionate about the work I do, and I am dedicated in serving public. And beyond that, I have a strong support system of mentors and colleagues who help me guided me step by step along the way, and I know that I'm not alone. This is a team effort, and I love my work relationship and my work environment.
Something that's made me really successful is being adaptable and versatile, knowing that challenges are going to come, so having a positive attitude when that happens, reacting to those challenges positively, effectively, and just adapting to that and making sure things can still happen, pivoting. You know, we have to provide these services to city residents, and we have to make these big things happen. So being positive, making those things happen, and just always trying to work well with others.
The most significant factor that has helped with my success at BCA, I think, would be tenacity. I think that's universal through all of my jobs. I was a perpetual new kid. I've changed careers a million times. Every time you do that, you have to learn a new language and new protocols and new procedures, and you're not going to do that without asking a million questions and making a lot of mistakes.
I would say that the most significant factor would be that I always strive to do the very best. I want to make sure that what I work on would provide a great service for the people of the city of Los Angeles. And I want to make sure that the people are getting the best that we can offer. Also, when I ride around in the city of Los Angeles and I see a project that I had a part of, it makes me feel proud to say, hey, I had something to do with that.
Next, we asked them what this recognition represents for women in public works as a whole.
This recognition means a lot to women in public works. It lets them know that through hard work and dedication, they can achieve whatever goals they set their minds to. There's a lot of opportunities for women in public works, and I feel proud to be able to represent the Bureau.
Public works and civil service in general, I think, is often viewed as a male-dominated area. And I think for me, and for women in public works in general, I think something like this really shows that we belong here. I am perpetually impressed by the amount of women we have in leadership at BCA. And so I think it's just reiterating the fact that the work we do, the voices we have, the skills we bring to the table, that all of that matters.
This recognition, what it means to me is that hard work and dedication really pays off. Women are no longer invisible, and people are beginning to notice that we are an important factor in the workforce. And people are beginning to recognize that our hard work matters, and we matter, and that shows that times are changing.
This recognition is a proof to increasing presence and impact of women in public works and engineering. And it highlights the progress we've made and the importance of this diverse perspective of maintaining and building a city as dynamic as Los Angeles. I really hope this inspires women to choose career as in public service and engineering, knowing that their contribution is valued and it's essential to community.
And finally, we asked them how they see their work contributing to the ongoing story of women in public service.
I see my work contributing to the ongoing story of public service. I just really want to help mentor people and bring them up like people have brought me up, mentors in my life, especially young women, but anyone who wants an opportunity. I think it's important to help people and teach people that want to learn and want to grow. That's just really what I hope I can give back.
I see my work continuing with the Bureau. As you guys are aware, we have LA 28 coming up, so I'm really excited and looking forward to my contribution, not just as an emergency manager, but I'm just making sure that I provide any infrastructure repairs or maintenance that need to take place prior to the Olympics. So I'm really excited about what's to come for the city of Los Angeles.
I think that the work that we have been doing with the fire victims and people that have been impacted by that entire disaster is about literally rebuilding their communities. And so that, I think, will go on for years, unfortunately. But hopefully we have given them a safe, solid ground to start that process.
So public work is about creating a city who serves everyone, ensuring safety, sustainability, efficiency of infrastructure that we build and maintain. And as a construction manager, my work contributes to this by ensuring that I deliver my project with precision and care. Whether if it is improving a new sidewalk or curb ramp or adding a traffic signal or any other public spaces. And it is very rewarding to know that what I do, it has a tangible impact in daily lives of people around me. And I take a deep pride in that responsibility.
And on behalf of the entire Board of Public Works, Happy Women's History Month.
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 To the women honorees, on behalf of the Board of Public Works, congratulations. We're proud to honor each of your contributions. Let's get started with Assistant Director Robert Potter of LA Sanitation, who will say a few words about Alyssa Morales.
Thank you, Commissioner. Good morning, Commissioners, Bureau Representatives, City Attorney, and Executive Officer. I'm Robert Potter with LA San. I'm the Assistant Director. Today we're honoring the hardworking women of LA San in celebration of Women's History Month. LA San remains dedicated to preserving the importance of this month by highlighting and supporting its remarkable women leaders. The Bureau of Sanitation is proud to honor Chief Alyssa, come on up, Morales, for her hard work and dedication with LA San for the past 8 years. Alyssa's career in the city began in 2015, and I remember this, when she started as an exempt admin clerk coming through the TLH program. This is a great success story, right? Coming in, entering through the TLH program, and to where she is today. She worked for the Support Services Division. I ended up managing that division for a while, and then later promoted to full-time admin clerk with the Port of Los Angeles. We had a long conversation about it. It's a permanent position, but I knew where she would end up, and it's back in the best group, Public Works. She then later returned to LA San as an emergency appointment environmental compliance inspector, which was in the realm of what she was studying, for the Watershed Protection Division, where she showed high levels of aptitude, which led to her to receive full-time employment as an environmental compliance inspector with the Livability Services Division. In 2021, she was promoted to senior ECI, and shortly after to chief ECI, where she currently oversees the Valley Care Plus operation and provides support to several council districts. Alyssa was a vital member of the efforts organized in the Palisade Fire operations for the recovery and removal of burnt vehicles. The fire happened when we came out of that fire, and an aftermath of that was hundreds of cars that were burnt and left on the street. And the LAPD's CID division with their police commission was tasked with cataloging them, inventorying them, but not the final cleanup of them. So we brought in our team from the Care Plus, which Alyssa led, very well managed, safety at the highest priority, making sure the hazards removed that would protect the people that would be working there after we left. That was the recovery effort. I actually got to experience it. They let me come along. You know, I'm not the part of the team, but they let me ride with them to see what was going on a daily basis, and actually bought me lunch one day, so it was outstanding. They were able to remove over 300 vehicles in about a 2.5-week period with the coordination of LAPD. So they would remove the vehicle and we would come through and clean it. Beyond that, there was moments where we ran into situations that we didn't anticipate. There was fire debris that was left all over the place, and it was in the public right away, and people were trapped in their houses and couldn't get their vehicles out. So Alyssa's crews coordinated that effort too, and allowed people to get there and recover a lot of their vehicles that were trapped inside the building. So it was just an extra added thing. Alyssa graduated from Cal Poly Pomona with a degree in environmental science and a minor in sustainability. She's a native Angelino who loves to travel and is a huge Dodger fan, and was recently able to enjoy both the travel to Japan and to watch them play against the Chicago Cubs. I'm very jealous of that. Alyssa family has family ties that extend back 40 years with LA Sanitation. She is joined here today by her sister, Danny Maldonado, who's a supervisor in LA San Safety and Training Division. I know Alyssa's parents would be very proud of her right now. Alyssa is a great leader, and and her dedicated work ethic makes her a vital asset to LA San. We commend Alyssa for her hard work. Congratulations. Are we doing photos now or after? Individual photos?
Who's next? Next we have, next we have the Bureau of Contract Administration. Who do we have from? Oh, John. Let's call up John Reamer from Bureau of Contract Administration to talk about our next honoree.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone today? Hopefully you're all well. No singing today. No song, but a story. No song, but a story. But to the board, to our President Corson and Vice President Chavez, thank you very much, and all of our commissioners for honoring women in Women History Month. I am the son of, God rest her soul, a wonderful mother, the husband of a dynamic, fabulous wife, the father of a very dynamic, loving daughter, and yes, I have a granddaughter that is, she has me wrapped around her fingers. I am so able to testify to the value and the importance of women in our lives, in our society. And so every honoree here today, congratulations to each and every one of you, so well deserved. I don't have a song, but I have a story. The story is, I think of a bridge. I think of a door. I think of a road. These are all, one could argue, tools, pathways that enable us to get from one place to another. The story is one that I love dearly, The Wizard of Oz. In The Wizard of Oz, you had this young lady find herself in an environment that she had never been before. Not sure what to do or why she was there, but someone showed up. We all know it was Glinda. And Glinda showed up with a very simple message. Follow this road. Follow this yellow brick road, and it will lead you to the Emerald City. And to all of our honorees today, and certainly Melissa Savage, who, Melissa, please join me. All of our honorees, I'm going to argue, and I love the video piece. That was fantastic. Great, great ad. They help us. They help the community. And especially in light of what we're acknowledging, the unfortunate wildfires, where families, businesses, all found themselves in an environment that they had not been before. And they needed someone to help them get to the Emerald City. And the various stories that you shared with us, our story is one that I'm going to argue adds to that story as well. Melissa Savage began her career with the city as a police service representative for LAPD, Communication Division, dispatching patrol cars, receiving 911 calls, and assisting with special events and recruitment. She subsequently promoted to different roles in the personnel department in the information technology agency before joining Public Works, Bureau of Contract Administration as a senior management analyst in 2020. And we are so grateful that Melissa accepted as we extended the opportunity for her to be a part of our family. In the Office of Contract Compliance, Certifications, and Outreach, Melissa oversees a team of analysts, provides second-level review on certification applications, updates rules and procedures, and presents certification to new businesses. Melissa has spearheaded efforts to research, collect, vet, and compile a list of businesses and contractors for various sources. Melissa's involvement in the wildfire was what BCA said, could we do? to make things better. And what we decided was, let's do what we do. Let's help those who will be searching for partners, those who can help remove debris if necessary, those who can help rebuild their properties. Let's point them in the direction of those vetted contractors that are legitimate, because we have some out there that are not. Those that we believe will do a good job in helping us get back to where we were before. Melissa's team sent out a call to action memo to a number of businesses, letting them know that if you had the skill set, the requisite needs to work here and to help us, please let us know. And we were able to up on our website areas of information with respect to debris removal contractors, rebuilding contractors, architects, making sure that we vetted them, they were certified, and they had the necessary skills to assist. I'm going to argue this goes a long way, because I've talked to many residents who have just asked the question, where do I go? How do I handle this? I am from Kansas, if I go back to the Wizard of Oz, and I'm finding myself in this place that I've never been before. Can you help me get to the Emerald City? Melissa has been one who says, let's follow this yellow brick road. And in the midst of following this road, as for those of you who've seen the movie, it didn't come without pitfalls. It had issues and challenges. And when they come to Melissa and they have questions that seem like people should know, but they don't, and they have anxiety over what do I do next because it seems so big and this journey seems so long, Melissa and her team have been those who have gone and said, look, this is something that you can do. And patiently and persistently, and I love Melissa's words as she says she was first confused when told about this, but then humbled. Her approach to life is one of humility and care and compassion. And the tenacity that she alluded to, she definitely has it. Sometimes you have to have tenacity to deal with me. I will say that. Melissa does not take no for an answer. She is a fighter, but she fights to ensure that those whom she is serving, they're able to receive the best. And I'm going to submit to you, that's what women do. And they do it oh so well. They do it better than guys. I will acknowledge that. They do it well. And they make you feel comfortable, and they make you believe that you can. Melissa has a background in theater. Her confidence and poise in front of an audience are evident in her professional manner with colleagues, management, and public audiences. Her gift for detail shines brightly when she puts together outreach events of all sizes, be it our Accessing LA, our Small Business Academy, anything and everything to open doors, if you will, direct someone over the bridge, and show them the road that leads to that Emerald City. Melissa has helped DCA do that in a very exceptional way, and I am so pleased and honored on this day to say thank you very much and present to you this certification of recognition from the Board of Public Works honoring Melissa Savage, Senior Management Analyst with the Bureau of Contract Administration.
All right. Next, we have our honoree from Bureau of Engineering. I'd like to introduce Alfred Mata.
Good morning. Thank you, Commissioner. Alfred Mata, Deputy City Engineer from the Bureau of Engineering. Ghazal, you should come up and join up front here. I'd like to thank the board and all the commissioners for taking this time to allow us to honor our representatives throughout the entire department to celebrate Women's History Month. We always take great pleasure in honoring the good work that our employees do, so we're very excited about today. And of course, our honoree is Ghazal Babapirzadeh, who's a civil engineer, as she mentioned, in our construction management division. She has been working for us in the city since 2016 when she joined the structural engineering division of the Bureau of Engineering. It's interesting, back at that time, I was the deputy city engineer that oversaw our structural engineering division, and I happen to remember the management from structural engineering division coming and talking to me about the recent recruitment efforts. I think they'd gone to Cal State Fullerton, am I correct? Yes, Cal State Fullerton, talking about the great candidates they hired, and they showed me the list of names. And Ghazal's name stood out to me. And I remember Ghazal when I met her, and I'm not surprised by the enthusiasm and excitement they had at that time to be here today honoring her. So back to her starting with Structural Engineering Division. There she gained valuable insight from seasoned engineers and contributed to the design of several bulkhead and soil stability projects in the Castalmar area, which is an area that was impacted by the fire. She also worked in our B permit group, where she was introduced to development services and acquired significant knowledge regarding the permitting process. And her primary responsibilities included reviewing structural plans and calculations for various complex projects. After that, she transferred to our construction management division, where she continues to work today. Over the past 7 years, she has successfully managed and completed several intricate construction projects, serving as the lead construction manager for notable projects such as the $4 million Active Transportation Boyle Heights Linkage Project, the $8.6 million Main Street Improvement Project, the $6 million Prop 1C Crenshaw Boulevard Improvement Project, and the $36 million Alley DOT Bus Maintenance Facility Project. She's also overseen some other projects that are notable as well, the $1.7 million Active Transportation Pedestrian Bicycle Neighborhood Intersection Enhancement Project, and the $1.7 million Degnan Boulevard Street Improvement Project. So many of these projects required a lot of collaboration and close communication with the community and elected officials and staff from the local council offices. And of course, she has to deal with contractors on a daily basis. So she's been very tenacious in dealing with that. And as she explained in the video, seeing her projects to completion that ultimately provide great service to the city of Los Angeles. She's demonstrated remarkable leadership and problem-solving capabilities while navigating these numerous challenges, including contractor claims, budgetary constraints, and the complications arising from the COVID-19 pandemic. Her proficiency in coordinating with diverse stakeholders and effectively addressing complex design and utility coordination issues has been critical to the successful delivery of all of these projects. Now onto the fires. Once the fires ended, you may recall, like the following week, there was a storm. So in response to that storm on January 23rd, we formed a joint public works field operations team, which Ghazal volunteered to be a part of. Since that time, she's consistently shown up to assist in that effort. So in that effort, we've had a team of staff go out and assess locations, hillsides, debris basins, to identify where mud flow could potentially be a problem for safety reasons and for damaging our infrastructure. So she's been working in that environment. I think out in that time, if I remember correctly, the reports I heard, because I wasn't out there during those times, but it was very smoky and a very difficult environment to work in. And we were starting from, I'll say, scratch. It wasn't like we had a real good plan in place in terms of where the issues were going to be. We had to go out and do a lot of assessments. So it was a very challenging assignment. But Ghazal rose to the occasion. During this effort, she's consistently shown the willingness to work in tough conditions by going to the upper areas of Mandeville Canyon to analyze the structural condition of these large debris walls that are out there. And I understand it's almost like hiking through a wilderness to get to some of these debris walls. There's a lot of vegetation, it's hilly areas. It wasn't simple work to even find the debris walls, let alone to assess them. But through that, she persevered and accomplished all of these tasks and made great contributions to the team. Her experience in construction and structural engineering made her a key asset in reviewing and providing recommendations during these assessments. For all of these reasons, we're happy today to be honoring Ghazal as we celebrate Women's History Month. Thank you.
Next up, we have our honoree from the Bureau of Street Lighting.
Good morning, Commissioners. This morning we're here to honor Evelinda Pena, or Evie as we call her. She's a licensed engineer with over 34 years of service to the city, both in the Department of Transportation and the Bureau of Street Lighting. She's currently a senior engineer in the Bureau of Street Lighting, where she oversees critical illumination design and engineering support for the Department of Transportation and Bureau of Engineering projects. She also supervises the Bureau's assessment division and is designated as the person most qualified to represent the Bureau in liability claims, depositions, and court trials. Aside from her regular duties, Evie was instrumental during the city's fire recovery efforts. Her willingness to be of help in any way makes her the ultimate team player. She demonstrated her leadership qualities, coordinating assessment field checks in the Palisades with the Bureau's Field Operations Division to evaluate damage to street lighting infrastructure. Her team surveyed and evaluated over 700 street lights, electrical pillboxes, conduits, and wiring. In tandem, Evie organized BSL resources to assist in the needs of the city's Emergency Operations Center. She represented the Bureau in the city's Debris Removal Task Force, Watershed Hazards Mitigation Task Force, and Economic Development Task Force, all the meetings that came to be with the city fire response. Daily updates provided by Evie helped our BSL field crews effectively make repairs to the affected areas, which included pole replacements, electrical circuit restorations, luminaire replacements, and installation of solar lighting. And she did all of this while managing her regular duties of overseeing engineering divisions and while representing the Bureau, as I mentioned, in all of the depositions and liability claims, and while being a busy mom outside of the office. This isn't the first time that we've honored Evie, and it probably won't be the last, if I'm going to be honest. We really do try to spread the love around, but and not rely on her all the time, but she's so darn reliable and resourceful and pleasant to work with, so she makes it kind of hard. So Evie worked for the Bureau many, many years ago. I started 21 years ago with the Bureau, and she worked with street lighting before I was even there. But then she left and took her talents elsewhere. And then a few years back, we were hiring the head of our community impact division, and we got a new eligible list for street lighting engineer. And so I was looking over the list of folks that we were going to interview, and I knew everybody on the list because they all worked in street lighting except for this one name, Evelinda Pena. And I'm thinking, who is this person? And how is she qualified to work for the Bureau of Street Lighting? So I asked around, and people told me she used to work for us and was a great employee. So we interviewed her along with the group, and she was just so impressive and just had this energy about her. And I think she was the only female that applied at the time. And I just knew I had to have her. I had to make her part of our team and have her lead our community impact division. So that's how we stole her back into the Bureau of Street Lighting, where she's been for the last 9 years, 8 or 9 years. So as a manager of that division, she just went over and beyond, and she shies away from nothing. You say jump and she says, how high? So she's since promoted to a senior engineer, doesn't get to work for me anymore. I don't get to have her under my team, but I still rely on her as a great resource and an amazing colleague. And I know that she has her kids with her here today, and I'm so glad that they get a chance to hear what a rock star their mom is, because I'm sure they already know it, but they really truly should be proud. She exemplifies everything that an employer wants in an employee. She has a great attitude. She's a hard worker. She's even keeled. And so I'm so happy to honor her today. Congrats, Evie. Next, from the Bureau of Street Services, we have 2 presenters or 1 presenter?
Good morning, President Coruscant, Commissioners, City Attorneys, Executive Officer. We're here to honor Nakia Robinson. My name is Nick Lopez. I'm with the Bureau of Street Services Assistant Director. And I just want to say a few things about Nakia. You know, she's in charge of our emergency operations, and during the fires, we get storms, fires, wind events. She's always there, and when they operate to a level 1, she's there 12 hours, always working hard and making the calls and making the decisions on who to send where, and which personnel to send out to take care of certain situations. But let me just give you a little bio on her. Nakia, hang on a second. Need some glasses here. Nakia began her career with the City of Los Angeles in 1991 as a summer youth employment worker with the Recreation and Parks Division. She spent 16 years with the LA Department of Transportation before joining the Bureau of Street Services in 2017 as a motor sweeper operator. In 2020, Nakia was promoted to her current role as a Bureau Emergency Operations Manager. In this position, she's responsible for developing, coordinating, and implementing emergency response recovery, non-structural hazard mitigation programs, and citywide emergencies preparedness procedures. Nakia takes great pride in ensuring the Bureau's readiness during emergencies, large-scale events, or any unforeseen occurrences impacting the city of LA. We wanted to take a moment to recognize Nakia for her outstanding. I mean, she does an excellent job. I've been there back in 2005 working in the EMD, and it's when you're there, everything is fast paced. You have to make decisions, and you can't panic. You got to stay calm, and make the right choices. And she does an excellent job at doing it. So I just want to commend her on it. Her commitment to ensuring the Bureau of Street Services was kept fully informed, and that all details and information were relayed promptly is truly a commendable. Nakia's efforts have not gone unforeseen. Many personnel from other departments have spoken highly of her outstanding work she demonstrates, and we couldn't agree more. Her dedication and excellence and proactive approach have made significant impact and are greatly appreciated. Thank you, Nakia, for your hard work and commitment. It's clear that you go above and beyond, and your contributions are invaluable to the success of our team. She puts a lot of time in training, and like I said, when the emergency operations is activated, it's like a 12-hour shift. And she's always there ready to go, and she's always willing to go to a lot of training, get updated, and, make sure that we have supplies. And during the COVID, she made sure we had supplies. So I just want to thank Nakia for her outstanding job, and she continues to do a good job, and we continue to have emergencies. So thank you, Nakia.
And last but not least, I'd like to introduce our board's very own executive officer, Elise Matson, to make our final presentation.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm here to speak about Devin Zatorsky today. Devin has been with the City of LA for 10 years. In her current role, she is a Principal Project Coordinator at the Office of Community Beautification here at our board. Devin is a self-described public works nerd. She manages our community workforce programs at the Board of Public Works. This includes program management for River Rangers and Clean LA and our public right-of-way cleaning programs. In addition to all of those operational responsibilities, Devin manages the budget and grants associated with these programs. She's a woman of many hats. Devon's passion for public works shines through her work at the board. She has enthusiastically taken on new challenges, including planning and facilitating board meetings and community town halls for the board. Devon's hard work and dedication, passion for public works, and inspirational leadership have made her an integral part of the board as well as our community. And Devon is just really an anchor at the Board of Public Works. She has this really unique ability to make and strengthen personal connections. When I first met her just a mere 2 months ago, we felt like we had known each other for years. And I just wanted to leave us with a quote before I turn it over to Devon to say a couple words for Maya Angelou. At the end of the day, people won't remember what you said or did. They will remember how you made them feel. And Devon makes people feel important and heard. And we're lucky enough that she also says and does amazing things. So thank you, Devon, and I'm going to turn it over to you for a few seconds.
Thank you, Elise, for turning it over. That's very kind of you. Thank you, commissioners, and thank you, VP Chavez, for leading this recognition for Women's History Month. I want to thank the commissioners, and especially thank you because I actually get to work with each of you every day. I know you work with all the bureaus, but I get to see all of your faces every day. And I was just telling Elise the other day, I think I'm actually working on a special project with each of you right now. So that's really cool and exciting. And I love seeing the passion you all bring to the city of LA because I feel like I have that same passion for this city and the work we do. As you all, I think, know, I grew up in the city of LA. My parents who are here also grew up in the city, in the Valley, for most of their lives. I'm also from the Valley, a Valley girl. My mom also worked for the city of LA for 33 plus years. She was retired as the deputy director of city planning. So I grew up coming to City Hall, into City Hall East. When I was a kid, I really didn't want to work for the city because I had to go hang out in the conference rooms of City Hall East, and I thought it was really boring here. But here I am, and I'm really glad I am here, and the work we do and the work I get to do, particularly helping people and changing people's lives, working on Clean LA and River Rangers, and seeing the work and changing the structure, the infrastructure of the city, infrastructure-wise, but also like the infrastructure of the people who are making this city. And as we've been doing so much, and VP Chavez has led such an awesome month, all these videos you've seen, we've done so much content. So I've been kind of reflecting on this Women's History Month. And it was a young engineer at the Bureau of Engineering last week, Tracy, who I just met. She made me think of something when she was talking. We met with the young girls in a STEM program, and she said something to them about the feeling of imposter syndrome and not feeling like you're enough. And she told the young girls that when you feel that way, just work really hard, because know that you are, and one day you're going to make it to the point where you know you are enough. And after my 10 years in the city, I feel like I finally feel that I made it. And so I feel like as women in this Women's History Month, as women, one of our greatest strengths is our intuition, and we should learn to trust that more. And with this coming up on this 10-year anniversary of my city career, I hope I can trust that intuition more in my decision making and in the work I do. And with that, bring more people to the table now that I've finally found my seat at this table with you all. And I'm so thankful to be here and bring up more young women and other people that may not have a seat at the table. So thank you, Elise. And I just love, 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 love working with you and all of you commissioners. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
Wow, that was really motivational, hearing the stories from the women, not just in the video, but seeing everyone with their families was really rewarding. I'd like to now hand it over to our fellow commissioners. I wanted to special shout out to the men and women of the board who allow these types of celebration happen. I think it's really important to acknowledge the contributions of women and, you know, all of the different celebrations that we do every month. But specifically, this month has been so inspirational to me, just hearing from, you know, from the girls in the STEM program to the female engineers to the women construction workers. It's been really inspiring to hear from them and to learn that that is part of the infrastructure that we work on every single day. And, you know, and a special shout out to the men in the room who support the women leaders, because, you know, in order to cultivate leadership, you need to create that space, and that's really, really important. So with that, I'll hand it over to the commissioners, and then we'll have Commissioner Mitchell do the closing remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice President Chavez. We'll start first with either Commissioner Grant, or President Pro Tem, Commissioner Kang, or President Pro Tem Grant, whoever would like to go first.
Okay. These presentations today have just made me so proud to be part of the LA family, LA City family. And I think it's apt on this holiday weekend honoring Cesar Chavez that what has been honored has been your work that really has been both remarkable and significant and essential. Back in the day when Women's History Month was first began to be celebrated, the slogan was, "Women hold up half the sky." And I think what I've learned from our colleagues and you today is that, in fact, that's not true. The truth is, you shoulder more than half the sky and more than the work. And congratulations for that, and we thank you.
Good morning, and first and foremost, congratulations to all of our honorees. Just wanted to echo what President Pro Tem mentioned as well, but it was such an inspiration and an honor to learn about each and every one of you and all the work that we do here at the board. I think the public at large fails to recognize that the work of the Board of the Public Works as well as all the bureaus are really making to ensure the building blocks of Los Angeles, where we drive to work, where we live, where we go out to eat. And really all of your work is truly remarkable. And I just want to thank you on behalf of the board here, and really an inspiration to all of us. So thank you very much.
So I have the luxury of being the senior at this dais, long in the tooth, in my third year on this body. And I've had the chance of working with Devin, Avalinda, and Melissa quite a bit. Very well-deserved recognition. I think going to what Vice President Chavez closed with, and what just Commissioner Kang and President Pro Tem Grant said, not only does your work make you deserving of such a recognition, but when you look back at the history of the city, where we now have 8 councilwomen, we one time had only 1 and actually 0, where we have the first woman mayor, we also have the first woman city attorney. At one point, we had no women elected to citywide office. And we also have 5 women elected to the county supervisors. And why do I mention all that? Because one by one, they all created space for someone else, another woman, more diversity to join that body, to join the elected class, to join leadership. And all of the women recognized today have done just exactly that. You didn't just accept the award because of the work you do. It was really because you've made sure that whatever it is you do, you're also taking time to open pathways for the next generation, or to encourage others to follow in your footsteps. So congratulations, but most importantly, thank you for not your service to the city, but the extracurricular, the time it takes of making sure others are following in your footsteps. And with that diversity and with that growing knowledge base, our city delivers world-class city services that we aim for. It's because of you and what you do. So thank you. Thank you, Vice President Chavez. Thank you to our executive officer, Elise Manson. And I want to also give a shout out to LaShawn McFadden for putting together the video package. And if you haven't seen them, all the individual interviews are up on our social media. So thank you, LaShawn, for putting all that together. And of course, Andrew, you as well. And with that, I will turn it over to Commissioner Mitchell.
Always last but not least, I want to commend each of the honorees and their supervisors for recognizing them. I was searching for some kind of quote to talk about today and talk about your efforts. So I'm happy to hear about all the contributions that you make to the Board of Public Works. We may not always see you, we may not necessarily know you, but we appreciate you. And we appreciate the work that you do every day. So I'm going to close out with the following quote. Every woman's success should be an inspiration to another. We should raise each other up, make sure you're very courageous, be strong, be extremely kind, and above all, be humble. We recognize you today as an inspiration to us, as well as the people that you work with, and we carry on the mission of the Board of Public Works. Thank you for your service.
All right. Thank you, everyone, and congratulations. It is 11:07, and our meeting for today is adjourned. Our management meeting will pick up at 11:30, and we will step outside to take photos in between this meeting and our management meeting.